Hello gamers and animators, it's Garry360, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how I do my Gmod animations. So as you can see, we're right on the title screen in Garry's mod, and we're just going to go ahead and start a new game. And then of course you can see it's really laggy. But yeah, so we'll just go ahead and open up a map. Which one should I do? Why not good old Ultra Hill? I also want to make a point that Gmod animations obviously take a long time, and I mean a long time. Meaning it could take days or even months if it's like a really big project. Let's just get back to the video. Okay, it finally loaded. Yay. So yeah, this is what the frame rate looks like when it's recording. This is about a good 10 frames per second. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure, if you're making a Splatoon Gmod animation, you're going to want to make sure you have all the add-ons. If I can go right here. Yeah, you're going to want to make sure you have the add-ons. Obviously you're going to want to make sure you have the inklings, and then the next thing you're going to want is also pretty obvious, and that is the clothing. So as you can see, I have the clothing, the hats, and the shoes. So yeah, so I am going to start off by placing down my Inksona. Well, that was a frame drop for some reason. And then if you want to stand it up real easy, then get the stand pose. And then works like a charm. You can also change the skin color by going to skin and changing it to skin color. Like that. And also, what else can you do? Well, that's basically it for its skin color. Now for the clothing, you're gonna want to make sure you're just gonna want to spawn that in whichever clothing you want. For example, I'm just putting on my normal Inksona clothing. Ah, there it is. And then to put them on, you're just gonna want to use the bone merge tool. The bone merge tool, you're gonna want to select this, and then just right click that. Wait, no, left click that, not right click. And then there you go. As you can see, it's doing a little T-pose thing because of the stand pose. You could either use the ragdoll mover. You could either use a ragdoll mover like that. That's one method. Or you could use a physics gun. Like this. Except the only thing about the physics gun is that you'll have to make sure that everything is like in perfect position. Kind of like that. Sometimes I do use the physics gun, but sometimes I mostly use the ragdoll mover. And shout out to Drew Fox. Okay, so as you can see, there is my Inksona. So now, you're gonna also want to make sure in the add-on. I should have told you this earlier. I should have told you guys earlier about this, but I'm pretty sure most of you know already. You're gonna want to make sure you have a stop motion helper installed. Now, the stop motion helper is like, honestly, it's like the best tool for doing animations in Gmod. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make him raise his hand. We're gonna make him say hello. Actually, hold on a second. I should have done that. There. First off, with the stop motion helper, you hold. If you don't have it binded, if you don't have the key binded, you're gonna want to make sure you bind key in the thing. You're gonna want to make sure you click this key. It's kind of like a little squiggly line. On mine, it's right next to the number 1. But since I already have it binded, I'm good. You're gonna want to bind the key M, and then you hold down the M key. To start off, you're gonna want to right click the object you're animating, and then I'm gonna hit record. Now, we're gonna make him raise his hand and say hello. So we're just gonna do this. I should have just used the ragdoll mover, but who cares? We're just gonna do that, and then do that, right? I think that should be good. Let me see. Yeah, that actually looks nice. Oh, okay. Always make sure after you record it, you're gonna want to move it a couple of frames. As you can see, I forget to do that sometimes. So now I have to do so now I have to make him raise his hand again. Sorry, that's my phone. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure you raise his hand. And someone's on Discord. This is what I hate about the physics gun, but I have to deal with it. As you can see, the sun is going down. Yeah, the sun's going down. You can see a star is starting to appear. I think this video is going to be a lot longer than I expected. I wonder if that looks good. A little bit higher. There we go. There. After you do that, you want to hit record again. See how now you drag this and his hand starts to move. Now some people just leave it like that and then they just screenshot it and then they just do that. Sometimes to make the animation look, I don't know, maybe smoother or something, I use the ease in and the ease out. I always set them at 1. There's a difference. See how it kind of looks a little bit smoother instead of just going normal pace. In fact, if I hit the N key, oh yeah, I forgot. It's kind of laggy, so I don't know if you could tell the difference. There. Now I'm gonna drag more frames, and now we're gonna use the face poser. You're gonna want to select to manipulate. And then I'm just gonna open his mouth. Right? Hold on a second. Let me get more wider. Bingo. And then record that again. Now again, you can ease this out or ease it in. You can if you want, but you don't have to. It's all up to you. Okay. Now here comes the part to where on how to do it. So some YouTubers actually record the animating sequence, meaning they press probably the N key, like how I'm pressing it. They record the sequence and they edit it to where the animation, like, they basically use, when they use the stop motion helper, they do a lot more. Like they do a lot more with the face posing and stuff. And they do this because either it's just their style of animating or something, or they just don't want to mess with screenshots. So yeah, that's one method of animating, is recording your animation sequence. Now the second method is probably the most used method, which is screenshotting your animation. Now I call this time-lapse animating because yeah, I'm pretty sure if you've seen in my other videos, like the day and night cycle was all freaking out, everything, yeah. So yeah, that's why I call it time-lapse animating, but you already guys know what it is. It's screenshots. So yeah, you're gonna want to make sure you... Oh, and another thing. Well, actually, you can either do this method. I usually just do this method to where I bind the int key and the delete key, which is the DEL key, which is the delete button. I bind those with previous and next. This is next, and this is previous. You're gonna want to make sure you do this and put the marker at the beginning. There is another way of screenshotting it, which is binding another key to make a little JPEG thing. Now I used to do that, but I always kept messing up because I kept forgetting that the frame count was at 100. So whenever I did press I binded the I key because the I key was kind of useless, so I just used that. But when I did that, sometimes I forgot to change the frame count to where the animation stopped. So then I had a whole bunch of screenshots and I had to get rid of those. So then I just decided to do it this way. Just use the previous and the delete. You want to make sure you have your camera. You could either position yourself with the camera, or you can use a camera to position it. As you can see, the flashlight. I really wish there was a moon. That way I can tell whether the sun's gonna come up or something. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this. Where's the sun at? See, there's the sun. There we go. I wanted to make sure I wanted to do this in the daytime. So what you're gonna want to do is have your animation sequence at the beginning, and then just start capturing it. Press F12. As you can see, press your screenshot button, which is F12, and then just start pressing the next button. Capture that, and then just do the same thing. Pressing the next and pressing the F12, which is apparently moving my frame rate counter. Actually, I should move the camera sometime. I should probably move the camera to where it's facing towards me. There we go, that looks good. And then just do the same thing. And then that's it. There you go. Another thing you can also do with the physics gun is you can undo everything by just holding this and pressing R. And yeah. Now I've seen some animations to where hold on, let me get a camera out to example this. Camera. Right? Oh yeah. So there's the camera. Some people use the physics gun to just mess with everything. Like, they do something like this, like, oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Like, you know how it is. I've seen some animations where do that. Hold on. We always want to make sure your player model's, like, out of the way of the camera. Like, there we go. You know, they do something like this. Except they manage to do it sometimes without the blue line of the physics gun. I don't know how to disable the blue line, but it's just the way how it is. So yeah, that's that. We've done that. You're gonna want to make sure if you have an editor. As you can see, for me, I use Sony Vegas Pro 15. Now, I did not buy this. I got a download. I just found a way to download it for free and it worked, so yeah. But you can use any editing software, like maybe Adobe or something, whichever editing software. But as of right now, I just use Sony Vegas because I'm used to it. You're going to want to open your editor and then just wait for it to load up. Once again, this is just going to take a while. As Sony Vegas has finished loading up, I basically just go to my screenshot folder and find the screenshots. Yes, I do have that many screenshots, but the ones that I use for the animation, I just get rid of them because I don't need them anymore. So yeah, we're just gonna scroll all the way down. See, this is what I mean. I just screenshot my animations because I'm used to doing screenshots. Like, this is from the previous collab entry for B-Master. Pretty sure it's gonna be all the way down here. Yeah, these are the screenshots that I took. So what I do is that I just drag the screenshot down here. And it creates a track right there, obviously. And then I just kind of split it. And then go to the next one. I hope my editor doesn't crash, because sometimes it'll crash for no reason. And that little milli marker right there, like, see these little dots? I just go to the next marker, I guess, split it, get rid of that, and then I do the same thing for all the others. So yeah, you already know how it is. So let's just go ahead and do this. Now for the voices, if you wanna do the Inkling voices, well, actually I haven't even finished this yet. So I just did the little mouse animation test, and so yeah, when I click play, see how my Inksona opens his mouth. So yeah. Now when it comes to putting the voice or the Inkling sounds, for me, I voice act my Inksona, but if you don't want to voice act your Inksona and you just want to use the default Inkling sounds, then you're gonna want to make sure that it's in sync. Like, you can just do this right here. Maybe get rid of this. We'll see how it goes. Okay, well, hold on a second. And we'll see how it goes right now. Yeah, something like that. But I voice act my Inksona, so you'll see how I do it in the final preview. Hope this tutorial helped you. And if you have any more questions, just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you. I almost forgot. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you.